A prophecy connected to XRP say one day it will reach $10,000. But that sounds almost impossible in today's market. But judging that prediction based on today's market point of view could be the biggest mistake people are actually making. Because if XRP become part of a much larger financial system, the average people waiting for that to be confirmed will not be able to afford it anymore. Now, it doesn't mean XRP is guaranteed to reach $10,000. It doesn't mean every prophecy we found online is accurate, but it means we need to do more research about XRP, find different facts, and see where it's actually pointing us. Let's start with a $10,000 XRP price prophecy, and it was prophesied by Brandon Biggs. Take a listen.
He said, "You've asked me and asked me and asked me about investments. And he said, I'm going to tell you something that will increase like Apple one day, that will be a major investment in the end times." And he said, XRP will go from where it's at right now to $10,000 one day. It will be worth over $10,000 per XRP. And when he said that to me, I didn't even know what XRP was. And I was like, what is XRP? So I had to Google it. And I found out it was a cryptocurrency.
So why this prophet is actually relevant to us? Because a lot of his prophecy has actually come to pass. The biggest one or the most popular one is the one of Donald Trump assassination attempt. Take a listen.
This bullet flew by his ear and it came so close to his head that it busted his eardrum. He fell to his knees during this time frame and he started worshiping the Lord. He got radically born again during this time frame. People say he's saved now, but he becomes really on fire for Jesus, for what I saw coming. The Lord showed me it would go clear into the summer. Great persecution would come on him through the judges and through the law and all these people trying to sue him and all this stuff, but there would be a stop to it, and there things would start to break free come toward the fall. And then I saw him winning the election through the Patriots coming out and voting.
So as you are able to see, a lot of his prophecy has come to pass, but it doesn't guarantee that every future prophecy he's gonna have will actually happen. But even if it has to happen, a $10,000 XRP, he wasn't able to see the time. Maybe it's going to happen 10 years, 20 years, 50 years. We don't know. The only thing we can pay attention to is to check the fact and see where actually XRP is pointing to. Is it pointing to something major or something just pretty small? But I can say based on the fact it's actually pointing to something major. And we'll talk about it later on in the video. And that's going to lead us to our second prophecy. This prophecy was made by Kim Clement. And again, he talked about something starting with an X, then something in the middle, then a P. Take a listen.
The source of energy is very important for people who are listening all over the world. And I had two clues, which I'm going to give you one today. Okay? I'm going to give you one clue now, which I haven't spoken of yet. You ready, Mr. Codebreaker?
Here it is.
I'm the code maker. And then the other one is the tree, the oak tree, which is a symbol which people have been researching, not yet revealed. But people are researching out there because it's a puzzle. God won't give us everything because it's not the right time. But something starting with an X and it has a P in it is a very profound something that's going to be worth investing in. And I can't say the whole thing because I don't know it. But I had a dream and I saw an X and I think there may have been a number and something else and then P. Now, I'm only giving you what I prophetically hear. Otherwise, I could be accused of representing a company, which of course they could take me to court on that, but I'm not going to, that's what I'm hearing. And most people know I hear things by the Holy Spirit and I just say it. And so it's a prophetic thing, this. But it's also giving signs to the people that it's the time,
yes,
for the release of this new source of energy.
So as you can see, he talked about something starting with an X, then something in the middle, then a P. He didn't actually say it's XRP, but the XRP community concluded he was talking about the XRP. And I chose these two different prophets because of their track record. A lot of prophecy they were able to prophesize has actually come to pass. And I think this information could be really relevant, especially if you're somebody interested in the XRP. Now, before we jump to the fact, this is what we have to understand about prophecy. A prophecy might seem impossible at the time it's given, but it doesn't mean it won't happen. We have, for example, the prophecy about the mark of the beast in the Bible. At the time it was given, they didn't have internet connection, they didn't have credit card, they didn't have AI, they didn't have smartphone. In that time, it looks impossible for that to even happen. But again, it doesn't mean it won't happen, because with the infrastructure that we have nowadays, it looks very possible. We have, for example, the Prime Minister of the UK talking about digital ID. And they say that you will not be able to walk in the UK without having a digital ID. Take a listen.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work by the end of this parliament. Let me spell that out. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom if you do not have digital ID. It's as simple as that.
So as you can see, again, you will not be able to walk in the UK without having a digital ID. I'm not saying a digital ID is the mark of the beast, but it's pointing to the same direction. And it's pretty much similar to what I'm saying also about the XRP. Again, there is a prophecy about XRP reaching $10,000. Right now, it looks impossible in today's market point of view, but it doesn't mean it's going to stay the same. The market could change, and that's going to be something that could be very possible. And again, I'm not saying it won't happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen. What I'm saying is we should pay more attention to the fact and see where is it actually pointing. Let's talk about the fact. The main use case of the XRP is to facilitate cross-border payment. Right now, the global volume of the cross-border payment is estimated to be between 200 trillion, and it is projected to be $320 trillion by 2032. And that is according to this JP Morgan article. So Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse, he said that the XRP ledger will be able to handle 14% of the Swift liquidity volume by 2030. He said in the next 5 years. So if we're able to handle 14% of $320 trillion, it's going to give us the price of XRP being estimated between $14 to $147. So if you are interested in the maths behind this estimate, I have made a video about it, and I'm going to leave that at the end of this video. You can check it out. We also have about 7 XRP spot ETF currently, and it is estimated to hold about $1 billion in XRP. And again, this will help the price of XRP to grow because they are buying XRP, and it is also reducing the circulating supply of XRP. The more ETF we're going to have, the more the price of XRP will grow and the circulating supply will also decrease. This is another fact that is interesting. So we all know that everything will be on chain. Even Larry Fink talk about it. Take a listen.
What do you mean by digital? I do believe we're just at the beginning of the tokenization of all assets, from real estate to equities to bonds across the board.
So if everything will be tokenized on chain, we will tokenize the global stock market, which is estimated to be $150 trillion. We will tokenize the global real estate, which is estimated to be almost $400 trillion. We will tokenize also the global derivative market, which is estimated to be between $600 trillion to $800 trillion. So just think about it, how big the market's going to be. So if the XRP ledger is able to capture at least 10% of each of these markets, and including the cross-border payment, 14% of the cross-border payment, it will be able to send the price of XRP between $100 to $1,000. And again, you have to remember, this is only 10%. So just think about it, if it's able to capture 20% or 40% or 30%. And again, that's a possibility also. So what do you think? Do you think the price will go to $10,000 per XRP? But before you decide, this is another information I want us to be able to provide to you. So with the current circulating supply the XRP have, for XRP to reach $10,000 per XRP, again, it's going to require $625 trillion in market cap. I don't know if you have heard it. $625 trillion in market cap for the XRP to reach $10,000. So it seems almost impossible because it's going to be almost bigger than the derivative markets, bigger than the global stock market, and bigger than the global real estate. So the only way for that to happen easily going to be to have less circulating supply, like I have said, because of the ETF. So if a lot of people are investing in the ETF, that could reduce the circulating supply. And again, a lot of people buying XRP, that could also reduce the circulating supply of the XRP. And that could be price of XRP to $10,000. But with this huge circulating supply we have right now, it's almost impossible because it's going to require $625 trillion in market cap. So what do you think? XRP will reach $10,000 or not? I would love to hear about your response in the comment section, and please subscribe if you love the video or love the content that I'm providing. Thank you for watching. Peace.